Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Allebach about the Black Phone and a friend of the family. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, of course. It's so nice being here.
Absolutely. When did kind of acting and storytelling kind of happen for you? Did you know at a young age that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah, around the age of like 5, I was really young. My parents got me into community theater. So I actually used to live in Wilmington where the Black Phone was filmed. And I did a bunch of community theater and stuff there. And then probably around 10 years old, I started doing acting lessons at just like an acting studio in Wilmington. And then I started working with paid talent and just started getting auditions. And eventually I realized I liked on-screen acting more than on stage. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because theater really is where you learn your craft, basically. That's where it all starts.
Yeah, it's very common. Like a lot of the actors I know did theater before they started doing TV and film. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've been working on a lot of really cool projects. I mean, the Black Phone is just kind of one of those. I feel like, for you and the cast, I mean, that's just kind of like a roller coaster you can't really escape these days, right? Like it's never going away.
Yeah, no, it's so crazy. It all happened so fast because I have such a small role, and it was just so crazy because like all of a sudden I started getting so popular, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just really crazy. I'm so grateful that I was like able to be a part of this, and I've made such good friends with all the people in the cast. So
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it was just it's so crazy because like all of a sudden I have like 25K followers or something, and I'm just like, so yeah.
No, it's pretty wild. But I mean, your character is part of like the school scenes and everything, and people, that's where everything kind of important kind of happens in terms of when you meet all the shadow kids and everything. It's at the schools.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So it's interesting because you and Reagan Shoemate are friends. Yeah. And you knew each other before the movie, right?
Yeah, I don't think actually before. So like I knew her because of community theater, and I don't think until the day of filming I even knew I was filming with her. And then we were just like,
there.
Oh.
You're like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy, but yeah, we definitely knew each other.
In terms of the horror aspect of it, because horror is such a huge genre, like horror movies and everything. And I'm just curious, like, you get on set, you work some days, it's like the school scenes of the Black Phone, Blumhouse and everything. What is that like working in that genre of horror movies? Like when it's like at a time where it's really big right now, like, do you just not maybe think about it? Like, what's that like specifically?
I don't know. I mean, again, since it's so popular, like there's fans from like all around the world, and it's like crazy. So yeah, I mean, it just like the Black Phone, especially, it did it was such a good movie, and it got such good reviews, and it did such a good job. And so like, I don't know, it was just like, first of all, it was like a really big accomplishment to me to like be a part of it. And yeah, and like the acting and like Mason and Madeline, they both did such a good job. And I don't know, it was a really good experience and stuff. Like I only filmed for one day, but yeah, it was like that one day I filmed, I got to meet Tristan because it was actually the last day, the day I filmed was actually the last day of filming. So me and Reagan both got like big trailers, and we got to eat like lobster for lunch because it was like the last day. So that was fun. But no, it was definitely like such a good experience, and like the movie itself did such a good job. Yeah. And so like when I first got the role, I could have never imagined like me, I guess, getting this like quote unquote popular. I don't know how to explain it, but like it was definitely like a big shock. So
when does it start kind of cluing in with like when you're talking to your family about like how global the fan base is? Because like I said, like kind of the first like month or so it gets released, you're getting tagged in things from like all around the world and everything. Was it early on, or has it been like maybe like when it was available like on digital on demand, or was it when it was in the theaters in the summer?
I think it wasn't right away.
Okay.
It definitely was not right away. So like it kind of was just what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like I was seeing all this stuff because I follow all the people and stuff and like all the like things that was going on for it. But for me, it like I wasn't really involved in anything until for a while. And then I remember like someone put me in an edit or something for the first time, and it was just like shocking. And like now there's like, I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah. So definitely for me, and I think Reagan too, like we both it wasn't like me and her were not as, I guess, known for being in the Black Phone until for a while. And then all of a sudden me and her like start getting like fan accounts, and it was so weird because people kind of just like, I don't know, they all of a sudden just like really liked us, and we literally play Teen Girl 1 and 2, and it's just really funny. And it was like shocking, but I'm so grateful for it and stuff.
There's all those like backstories too, about like what would like there's all those like theories about what would happen the next time we would see them, right?
Right. And we make jokes about it all the time about like we're like the stories of Teen Girl 1 and 2, and it's so funny. So
and it's cool too because there's been kind of some reunions here and there, especially in the summer, where like you and Reagan met up with the Black Phone bullies. I think that's what we're calling them, right?
Like the first time we hung out, we went to Carowinds for Jordan's birthday, and that was so much fun. And I think like it was me and Reagan. I met Becca and Spencer at the premiere, but I didn't meet anyone else. And so we all kind of like, it was at first because all of them knew each other, but me and Reagan didn't really know many people. And so at first it was kind of like, oh, we don't know these people. But after a few hours, we all were just like having so much fun, and we definitely like, and then we went ice skating recently, and we went to the Woods of Terror in Greensboro. So that was fun. But yeah, like we definitely all just like kind of clicked, and we're all just like this.
And people love the content. Like people love the Black Phone reunions. They love seeing that.
Yeah, I know.
And another show, though, that I wanted to talk to you about that you worked on as well is a show called The Friend of the Family on Peacock. And that's a show that kind of goes back and forth. There's like flashback scenes and everything. And you played the character that was part of like the later kind of stuff, like not part of the flashbacks and anything. My question to you about that, though, is what is it like working on a show with flashbacks? Because I feel like a lot of different shows use them very differently, and I feel like it also but I feel like even if you're not part of the flashback scenes, you think about that you're playing like an older version of a character that we saw the young version of. What is that like specifically for you, being part of a show that's flashbacks?
Well, it definitely I'd never done anything like it before, so I definitely was kind of thinking like there's a different actor that I have to kind of like portray as being older. Yeah. So I definitely was given like directions and notes to help me with that because I needed to like seem alike to the younger me. Yeah. So yeah.
What was it like working on that show specifically? I mean, that show has such an amazing cast, and also like true crime. It's always kind of been around, but there's a big like boom with true crime. Like people love all the podcasts, all the stories and everything. So it's kind of like the Black Phone question a little bit, where you happen to work on like two projects where probably arguably the two biggest projects right now, horror movies and true crime. And you worked in both of them. So what's it like working in true crime specifically?
Well, it definitely, it was so nice getting to work with McKenna and like Colin and all them. They're like such phenomenal actors, and I made so many good friends on set. And so I mean it's definitely is like I do find it, my friends have mentioned to me, it's funny that I'm like working in like the categories are kind of similar, and they're both so popular right now. Yeah. But it was such a good experience, and I'm like I was so grateful that I got to like be a part of that because it was like such a good opportunity and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And then one last question too. I asked you how you kind of got into acting and storytelling in the beginning of the interview. What's your favorite thing about acting and storytelling? Is it just kind of working with different casts? Is it just a whole thing? Like, is there anything specifically you love the most about acting?
Well, definitely, especially the Black Phone when I filmed it was definitely like a big kind of turning point for me.
Yeah.
Because before that, I had been doing it for a while and like, I don't know, I feel it can be really hard sometimes because you get so much like rejection because like you audition for so many things and you barely get any of them. So like, I guess probably, I don't know how I describe it, but before the Black Phone, I kind of was just like, I'm not getting any roles. And then after being on set, it was kind of just like a turning point because I enjoy being on set so much. And I after that, I kind of realized this is like something I really am interested in like pursuing. So, I mean, I love like now that I've been able to work on 2 different sets, it's like so fun. And it's like, I don't know, I love the environment and you first of all make so many good friends.
Yeah. It motivates you to do the next project too, right? Yeah.
Right. And like, I felt like after, especially after the Friend of the Family, because I filmed longer for that and I just made so many good friends. Like after that, I was like, oh, I want to get back on set and like stuff like that. So it is like definitely a motivation for like auditions and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Bae, thank you for joining me on Popternative. It was so great chatting with you.
Yeah, so nice. Thank you so much.
So yeah, the Black Phone is out there. People can check it out. They can watch it. It's out there. And A Friend of the Family is on Peacock, so they could check that out as well. And your Instagram account, is it just your name or is it with like a dot or an underscore?
My Instagram account, it is just my name. It's all lowercase, just Bae Allebach.
Awesome. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Bae Allebach for the Black Phone and A Friend of the Family, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.